Hello and welcome to your daily focus trail for Tuesday the 24th of May 2022 and the money business career focus. We have number 3, the lady, and she is talking about fertility, fruitfulness, fertility of the land, and personal fertility. So it can also be read as creativity. She came in sideways, so possibly you're not quite there yet. And we also have the 7 of Pentacles and the Magician, and they're talking about creating. The 7 of Pentacles is talking about the harvest. And she obviously, now the Magician is also talking about high summer. So like the summer solstice. And she kind of gives off the feeling of midsummer, mid-spring, or even Lamas, because she's got this sheaf of wheat here. So somewhere like midsummer to the end of summer. I mean, this certainly is, more of a winter time. I think that's mistletoe there. Certainly more of a wintertime scene, but these two are certainly summertime. But more importantly, they're talking about creating. They're talking about, the book mentions that the 3 circles above her throne. It specifically mentions this, and it popped out to me. It mentions that this is in regards to her being the triple goddess. And it can also be about the 3 phases of life, like you're a child, you're an adult, and then you're an older adult. And it popped into my mind that you're not just going to have this spring, this magical time. You're going to have many springs. I'm not sure why that popped into my mind, but when I read that in the book, that's what popped into my mind, is that there are going to be many springs. So many new beginnings, many new harvests. And the 7 here, it is talking about, the lady is talking about, the book says talking about opening up to love, to trust, and to receiving abundance. So, in other words, opening up to growth. And the 7 of Pentacles, the pentacles are carved in the wood, and then you see this scythe, which she would use to harvest the wheat here. You see the scythe, and even the Magician has the scythe on his belt. Oh no, wait, that's not the scythe. It almost looks like it. That's a tooth. Sorry about that. But this scythe is being used to harvest. Presumably it's what was used to carve the pentacles in the wood. So it's got a dual purpose. And this card is talking about enjoying what you've achieved. You don't have to hustle as much. I'll read from the book because it has a good point here. It says, once we have prepared the ground and planted the seed, we need to stand back and let the growing take place without further interference or worrying. It is possible that the harvest has not yet arrived, in which case the card counsels patience and a trust in the natural cycles of growth. When the time is right, you will be able to reap the rewards of your effort. So that's actually a good point, that things come in seasons. And sometimes, the watch pot never boils. So the magician, with him talking about high summer and realizing dreams, he's creating his world. He's got all his tools. He's got his mental clarity. He's got his physical abundance, no matter what that abundance is. He's got his spiritual and his emotional and mental growth. He's got all of that, and he's creating this gateway, this portal at sunrise. He's using his magic, which is basically his balancing of all of these things in his life, and he's creating his world. He's getting ready to walk into this harvest, into this bountiful new world. And that's what you should be focusing on. You should be focusing on this growth, on this new world, letting go of your worries. Let your creativity flow more. Don't focus on your worries. Don't focus on your lack. Focus on what you have. Focus on what you want. The future, not the past. So in your personal focus, we have the Princess of Wands, the Wheel, the Queen of Swords, and the Prince of Wands. Now the Queen of Swords, she's talking about confidence. She's really organized. She's got her act together. She knows what she's doing. Use direct communication and don't be biased. Don't, cut corners and be wishy-washy with this person. The Wheel and the Magician are quite interesting. Not the same, but they almost go together. Same with the Lady. And the book is talking about the wand that the magician is raising up in the air, being used to draw. Oh, wait, you still can't see that. There we go. Being used to draw the circle here. Now she's casting the circle, and the circle can be looked at two ways. It keeps things in and keeps things out. It creates the physical area, the physical plane, the physical realm. And it's, the Wheel of Fortune, it's about turning. It's about things. Sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. And that's how life is. It's a cycle. And you have to be confident. You have to be secure in knowing that it is a cycle. Knowing that you won't always be on the top or the bottom. You won't always be in the middle. You have to focus more on that stability, on that consistency. And the Prince of Wands, the book talks about him being good at initiating things, initiating projects, but having trouble completing them. And it talks about the Princess of Wands being the initial spark, the inspiration for, projects, relationships, be it spiritual growth or the growth of a relationship. But she also has a lack of follow through. So there's a lack of being able to bring it into the world and being able to organize it. So you need to watch out for that. Your focus should be on taking the spark. In the book, when it's talking about the Prince of Wands, it's talking about working on cultivating reliability to yourself and to others, delivering on promises to yourself. It's not just a quickening of pace, it's not just a quickening of emotion or interest. You're needing this Queen of Swords to help you get organized and help you cut through the BS and cut through stuff that might make you unreliable, that might prevent you from bringing things into the world, from completing things. So these two, I kind of looked, they're a pair. Maybe they're a couple, maybe not. They could also be twins. Or they could just be, I'm not sure why I thought they could be twins. They could be siblings. Either way, it's saying to not be flighty, to keep your focus. And this is in regards to, your personal life, whether it's love interests, it's friends, family, spiritual goals, any other goals that you might have. And after these fell out, I glanced at the bottom of the deck. At the bottom of the deck, we had the Ten of Cups, which is, the ultimate happiness, ultimate fulfillment, the family, as much, wine or water as they can drink. Number 20, rebirth. And so that, that's if you can get yourself grounded, if you can get yourself to finish things and complete things, and to take that initial spark and not just run with the initial spark until you get bored or until the spark goes away, but if you can actually use it, you're going to see that rebirth in your personal growth, in your relationships with others. You're going to get what you want. So that's what you need to focus on, is follow through, follow up, even on the stuff that isn't, doesn't really spark your interest, doesn't make you passionate. Do it anyways. If you have any comments or suggestions, any thoughts on this video, please leave them down below. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of these videos. Give it a thumbs up. I hope you have a great Tuesday. Bye.